Thank you, House Chair. House Chair,
Order, honourable members.
I want to plead with the executive and members of the ruling party to really do introspection and to reflect on how did we end up in the situation where we ended up. And we all can admit that state capture and the state of our entities, our state-owned entities, the state of our local government, the state of a lot of our departments are a problem, and is a problem because of state capture and things that happened. It's not a problem because legislation were lacking. We can commend the ANC government for some of the best finance management legislation in the world. The PFMA and the MFMA is world-renowned. Our constitution is world-renowned. But the implementation thereof and consequences for transgressions is the problem. And we should prevent a situation from happening as what happened now. We can't just boast with the fact that we do have an inquiry into state capture, that we are addressing that. We should prevent it from happening ever again. And then the budgets of departments should be spent in a respectful way towards the people of this country. The poor people of this country deserve better. Money cannot be wasted. Priorities should be set, and priorities should be that the people's plight must be addressed, not enriching those connected cadres. Chairperson, it is actually a disgrace that this House deteriorates into such an extent when we are actually facing a lot of crises. And it happens because of members who make it personal and who are only here for short-term political gain and not to actually take the issues of the country serious. When we take the issues of the country serious, we will not deteriorate to such an extent. And it's members on all
Order,
sides
honourable
of the
members.
House and in Castle Corner as well. And that is the problem, because the moment that we differ, the moment that we do have different views,
Honourable member, will you take your seat, please?
Intolerance.
Honourable Minister.
Chairperson, may we plead with your speaker that point of order is the preamble of our constitution. If that's what brought us here, it talks also of Ubuntu. This honorable young member must not deliver a lecture. He must be short and to the point because we are still hating.
Thank you, Honourable Minister. Honourable member at the podium. We are now dealing with the second reading debate on the Appropriation Bill. That's where we are. So will you please focus on the second reading of the Appropriation Bill, please? Continue.
No, Chairperson, on a point of order, stop.
No, Honourable Member,
No.
I have requested you to focus on the subject at hand. Continue with your speech, please.
Chairperson, but then you should be consequential. Because the Honourable Imam definitely did not concentrate.
Honourable member, Honourable member,
He spoke.
Honourable member,
Point of order.
Honourable member,
Be consequential.
Honourable member, Honourable member, Honourable members, why do you have such a lot of energy on a Friday afternoon? Eh? Honourable member, it is within the rules for the presiding officer to remind the member at the podium to focus on the topic. And that is what you should focus on, and you have 40 seconds to complete your speech, please.
No, Chair.
Right?
House Chairperson, point of order.
What is the point of order, Honourable Member?
The point of order, House Chairperson, is that you're not treating the members of the House at the podium fairly. The Honourable Imam was allowed to wax lyrical about the Western Cape, about the DA and constituency allowances, all sorts of allegations.
Thank you, Honourable Steenhuisen.
It's not fair. And also, secondly, Chairperson, that is not a valid point of order that was raised.
Honourable
It was a point of
Steenhuisen,
debate.
take
You
your
must
seat.
be consistent, Chair.
Take your seat, please. Why are you rising, Honourable Member?
Chair, the Honorable The honorable member at the podium, he has referred to members at the castle corner. Which is the castle corner in the house?
Honorable member at the podium. Honorable member at the podium, just complete your input, please.
No, thank you, Chairperson. This budget will fail and government will fail.
Honorable member, can you
if
just
they-
stop? Can I ask the staff at the NA table just to follow the clock, please? And as soon as the member starts speaking, to let the clock run. You switch it off completely. Continue, honorable member.
Honorable Chairperson,
Thank you, House
a point
Chair.
of- Honorable
This
Chair, I'm
budget will
sorry.
fail and government will
Honorable
fail.
Chairperson.
Honorable
If the
member,
way
will you
that
take
we're
your seat,
doing
please?
Honorable
Why are you
Chair,
rising,
I'm
honorable member?
rising in terms of Rule 92, in as much as Minister Maitinkwane Mashabane may have reservations about what Honorable Vessels is saying, I don't think it's parliamentary for the minister to say that young man must not lecture. And I raise that chair in the context that
Honorable member.
the ageist epithet in this house is the one which we as the young members always find as a burden. And on that score, without casting any aspersions on the minister, can we be engaged as equals and not on the basis of age?
Thank you, honorable member. Honorable member. Honorable member. Honorable member,
Yes,
who
sir.
just made the point of order. Honorable members, you are now raising point of orders.
Yes.
That has nothing to do with the subject under discussion in the order that we're dealing with. May I also remind you, honorable member, that you should read Rule 92, 1 and 2. And 2 says you should have raised that point of order immediately when it happened and not afterwards. So let's read. No, honorable member, you must read the rules in its complete totality and not pick on certain parts of the rule only. Why are you rising, honorable member?
I want the honorable member of the podium to withdraw, referring to us as in the castle corner.
No, honorable member, take your seat, please. Take your seat.
Yeah, but it's
Honorable member, take your
not
seat, please.
parliamentary.
Take your seat, please. Please take your seat.
Please rule on that, Chairperson.
Please take your seat. Continue, honorable member.
Point of order, Chair.
Honorable member, why are you rising?
There's
In
no
terms of
corner here.
which-
This building is
In
round.
which rule are you
There's no
rising?
corner. I just wanted to correct
Take
that.
your seat,
There's no
honorable
corner
member,
here.
please. That's now really a frivolous point of order. Really. And then, Honorable Fultane, you bring the House to a stop to raise a frivolous point of order and then you laugh at yourself. Continue, honorable member.
Dankie voorsitter. Die minister moet luister. Geld moet spandeer word, nie net in terme van die wette nie, maar gevolge moet daar wees vir die oortreding van wette. Sy moet ook haar amptenare verantwoordelik hou en elke minister moet. Daar moet gevolge wees, daar moet gehou word by wetgewing. Want ons het wonderlike wetgewing in Suid-Afrika. Maar die rede vir die probleme is dat daar nie gehou word daarbey nie. So hierdie begroting beteken niks as amptenare toegelaat word om korrupsie te pleeg en om net te maak net wat hulle wil nie. Daar moet opgetree word.
Honorable member,
en
your time is
amptenare
now expired.
Wat die wet oortree. Ek dank u moet luister.
Order, honorable members. Order. Honorable member, the Honorable Maseko has raised a point of order and I picked it up a few times this afternoon, Deputy Speaker. Even earlier today, where certain parts of the House are referred to in a certain way. And that cannot be correct because we are allowing the House that we were elected to by the people of South Africa to be called names that you won't even find outside in society being people called generally. You are part of this corner. There's only one corner in this House and this is the National Assembly. And we would like to call on all the members to refrain from doing so. Because that's also an indication of probably how you view the House that you are part of. Let us refrain from doing so and let us not call each other names because really it is not conducive to a healthy debating atmosphere. The ANC. Honorable members, there at the back. Honorable members, no, honorable members at the back. I do take strong exception that when a ruling is given, you start interpreting it and you use the same words that you're complaining about. Don't do that. It's unacceptable. Continue, Honourable Member.
Honorable House Chairperson, the ANC supports all the budget votes